Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest Carabao Cup semi-final, second leg preview. Today we have an Irish contingent, the three mad Irish lads, is safe things to say. Ryan and Tom, how are you, lads?
Run out.
That's good. Before we talk about Man United before we talk about the game tomorrow, we have just signed Marcel Sabitzer. What do you think of that one, Tom? Well, on loan, but what do you think?
Good. I mean, obviously Eriksen's out until late April, May. That's 2 months without one of the great key players in the team. He'll be a big loss with Sabitzer. I think he will fit the system well. He seems a decent player. I think on loan probably it's a wise move. Like I get why we got him. Hopefully he'll perform. Like obviously I can't guarantee that, but like he seems a decent enough player, and obviously let's hope that he can cook for us.
That's it. Ryan, what do you think of this Sabitzer deal?
I was only saying to a few lads today, it's a good deal until Eriksen is back, because some people may look, like opposition fans mainly will look and say, oh, it's just Eriksen, but Eriksen has actually been a pretty key player for us this season. So I think it'll be a good replacement for Eriksen until he's back and fit. But I reckon loan was the smartest option, because there was no point in paying millions for, what is he, 28, 29?
28, I think, yeah. But Ten Hag said this morning in his press conference, which I'm still thinking of it. He literally said, we're not going to bring in any signings to replace Eriksen. An hour later, we're going to, with Sabitzer's come to United. Like, I just don't know. I mean, was it just one of those things where he was afraid to say that, and in case, because it was so close near to the it's deadline day, he was afraid, oh yeah, we're going to get someone in there. We don't get anyone, or at the time, the team not have a clue what he was doing. What we saying?
I'd say he was just playing safe because we didn't get him, and just so like he wouldn't look like a fool. Like I was probably just saying, I don't think we'll sign you one. And then because deadline day is crazy, no one I don't know where you can be linked with someone next or come to the club. Like it's kind of an out of nowhere thing. Like so, he's just saying to play it safe, and then we've got replacements, so it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, if I sat here and said, listen, lads, Eriksen's out until April, end of April, May. We're gonna have to stick with so and so. Would you be reasonably pissed off that we didn't bring in anyone to replace? Yeah. I mean, listen, McTominay's injured. I mean, Casemiro and Fred. I mean, not that I can live with that. I mean, because Casemiro's there, but then then we only have McTominay as another midfielder. It's like a very lack of options. And I know we have Zidane Iqbal. Yeah, he's a good youngster, but you're not gonna throw him in so early.
He's only like 19 or 20. You can't put him under that much pressure. We're trying to win trophies and get top four. You can't let a random 20-year-old never played us before. You can't put that on the shoulders. Like it's too much for him.
That's it. And yet our team is reasonably strong. It's not still a long way to go to get better surroundings. It's not like I would throw them there like City. They have Rico Lewis or something like that. They throw them there, but that's just they have a nice solid team. Obviously, Cancelo's gone to Bayern, which is surprising. But anyways, Jorginho going to Arsenal. It's just a weird signing, but we'll go for it. Talk about go from Caicedo to Jorginho, and I thought Man United were downgrading from Eriksen to Sabitzer, but no. I mean, it's a shame Eriksen's out. It is, but I mean, I've seen a lot of things. Some people are like he's more of a calm than a central midfielder. What would you think of that one, Ryan? Sabitzer, a lot of people, he's a calm, you can't play in the midfield. I mean, you're a manager, so what would you be doing?
I suppose just try to get him to adapt to the position. I mean, yeah, he can still go forward because you have like Casemiro and Fred that can play more defensive. So, to be honest, I think he's going to be like the role with Eriksen. He'll go forward with the ball, and Casemiro or Fred will hold back, and we can just back then in his own time if we lose the ball in the final third. But yeah, I reckon he'll adapt to the position. Ten Hag will get him to adapt to the playing style, and he should be okay.
I suppose he's meant to be available for the game against Crystal Palace on Saturday. Playing Saturday, aren't we? Yeah, Saturday. So it'd be nice to. I think. I mean, will he start? Will he come off the bench? Ten Hag likes to. he's not a fan of we'll ease you in. He obviously eases players in, but Sabitzer, he likes to see. I mean, look at Wakehurst. I think he's played nearly every game since we signed him. So you know, to the same with Sabitzer. I mean, yeah, we got Sabitzer, but would you have had any other options, Tom? You know, if you couldn't get Sabitzer, any other options in there?
Not. I mean, it was getting too late. I think Sabitzer was our best option. In fairness, like I mean, it's deadline day. You know, you can't really you don't have time really. You kind of have to Sabitzer probably one of the better options to be fair. Like, so I think it was best we just went for him, like because he was just our best option.
Yeah, Ryan, what would you any other options in there you would have had, or?
Give me a
Long term, yes, but we'll get into that a different day. But I think with it being deadline day and with there only being 12 hours to go by the time we initiated talks, it was just right move, right time.
That was really pissed me off though. Like when Ericsson came out, and when I seen the video of Ericsson coming out wearing crutches, I thought you have to get someone before deadline day. You could have got someone on Sunday or yesterday. Yeah, talk about leaving a late. Do you know? And then supposing we were in talks with the we had offers from Carrasco, Husam Aware, Saul Niguez, and you thought Sabitzer. I mean, would have any? I think I've said Saul. We'll just say Saul. I think I should let it go. Would any of them would have interest you?
No.
I mean, Saul not, because remember he played for Chelsea there and he was pretty bad at Chelsea one.
Yeah.
He was pretty bad. I mean, Carrasco, he's decent, but at the same time, we don't really need a left winger. And I don't know. I think Sabitzer is our best option, and there's no point getting so many players if you're not going to use them. Like, I mean, I think just going with Sabitzer was the safest option. Like, and as I said, time's against us, so we're gonna have to react to act fast. And I think just going for Sabitzer is probably the best option we could have really gone. To be fair.
Yeah. No, that's it. And he suppose he's good at taking he's good at taking the long shots. You know, I'm not sure what he's good passer as Ericsson is, but I've seen a few good things he can do. I mean, I remember we played them when we played for RB Leipzig in the Champions League. He played against us, and I thought he's a good player. He looks like a good player. When I know Ericsson being out isn't great, but and he's only here. I mean, I think it's just a loan deal. There's no loan with option to buy. I mean, if there was an option to buy, just say right, he came to United and he did well, and there was a loan option to buy. Tom, would you have triggered that kind of thing and say, "Oh yeah, let's bring him in. He's playing well for us." So, or is the loan deal just good enough for you? Let him go back to Bayern in the summer.
I'd say to be honest, the old one. No, I mean sorry. Oh no. Just loan without buying, because I mean, he could play well and I think he'll do okay, but at the same time he's getting pretty old. He's about 28, 29. I'd say just keep him on loan until the end of the season, and then when he goes, get someone new in. I'd say, because I mean, Sabitzer, I doubt he's going to be unreal. He'll do okay, I'd say, but he's not going to be one of the best fielders. You know, he's not going to be like Casemiro or that sort of stuff. No. But I'll say he'll do okay.
Yeah, that's it. Palestri is also Ten Hag has told him that he's not leaving. What do you think of that one, Tom? Oh, Tom, not Tom, Ryan.
Keep getting messages here.
Well, I suppose if Ten Hag kind of has him in his plans, it's okay. You know, he'll get a big game time, but you know, it's kind of like what did I see this morning? That Maguire rejected Inter Milan for a loan deal this morning. But if I was in Maguire's shoes, I'd actually be pushing for a loan deal, because you're not getting game time. You won't be getting game time with the form that Martinez and Varane are in, and Shaw now that he kind of plays centre back. So if I was Harry Maguire, I would have taken the loan to get game time. But look, if Palestri is part of Ten Hag's plans and Ten Hag's actually going to use him in I wouldn't say Mickey Mouse game, but against weaker sides, then sorry.
I'd like to see him play tomorrow against Forest. I feel like it's a decent game to throw a few young players and see a draw because they're 3-0 up. So, I mean, Tom Palestri, do you agree with Ten Hag in keeping him, or what would you have done?
Again, with the open squad depth, so he's not a bad player, so it's handy to keep. But at the same time, for his sake, maybe a loan would have been for the better, like, because he needs experience. Like, and he does seem a good player, but like, he's not going to get much game time here. Like, he'll get a few minutes off the bench here and there. He might start the odd game if like really bad injury or just comes to the end of the season, but he's not going to get much game time, which isn't going to be a bit of a setback for him. But at the same time, I think really just, I'd say he's a handy backup, but like for our sake, it's probably for the best. But for his sake, maybe not. But I don't know. We'll see. We really just have to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is a good player, but I mean, I would have liked to see him get along. But again, depth is poor. I mean, speaking of the centre backs and that, I think Maguire is like because Luke Shaw can play centre back. He's our fifth choice. We have Varane, Martinez, Lindelof, Luke Shaw, and Lindelof. Should have fifth choice. I suppose he's our club captain. Fifth choice. Jesus Christ, lads. I mean, fifth choice. I mean, all right, Lindelof. I don't think anyone can be as bad as Maguire unless your name is Phil Jones. But besides that, you know what I mean. It depends. I mean, I thought I was going to get to that stage where Phil Jones would have to play in the midfield for us. Do you know what I mean? He must be paying Ten Hag or the Glazers. He must whatever Phil Jones is doing to be at the club for so long surprises me. But I mean, Eric Ten Hag would go through his press conference quotes. I mean, as I've seen this, buddy, this preview is probably going to be more of a bloody deadline day show. But anyways, Eric Ten Hag and the Ericsson News. Of course, he's disappointed. We're disappointed, but it happens in top football. Soon it happens, but it did, and you have to deal with it. And Eric Ten Hag is signing a midfielder today. As you said on deadline day, it's difficult. You can't make policy on such bad injuries, but we have players in the midfield department, good players. We have players who can fill the gap. An hour later, we went and got bloody Savitzer. I just don't get it. It just give me headaches. But anyways, we'll continue on. And Eric Ten Hag on how difficult it is to replace Eriksen. I think you can never fill that gap because every player has his own characteristics. Identify another player will always fail in a different way, but it doesn't mean you have to be less successful. It's quite clear Christian Eriksen brings top quality to our squad, and he has some specifics that are hard to replace, such as his impacts in the final third with his final ball. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure whether many of you heard me, but about Eriksen, you can't replace him. We have players who can cover that position. I mean, I know it's probably keep us safe, but like, could you have not at least said, "Oh, well, look out"? Because I don't know. I mean, do you reckon he was being safe for at the time? He didn't know what the hell to do. Because supposing we were talking to Sabitzer or Asians, whatever, last night. So he knew this morning before the press conference that we were talking to Sabitzer. Was it just keep us safe? What's that? I mean, Ryan, what do you reckon? Was it just keep it safe, see what happens?
I think the whole fiasco behind that is, right, I'll say nothing, because if I say something and it doesn't happen, fans get annoyed at me. So I think he played it safe by not saying anything like, "Oh, we're going to get in this, that, the other," and just kept it on the down low on for you. And then when he did sign, just like, "Oh, look, United made it signing on deadline day."
Yeah. I mean, listen, look, I mean, Tom, would you agree with Ryan on that one, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously Eric Ten Hag and Fred. I think you mentioned already in your first sermon, he's playing together with Casemiro in the Brazil squad. There's not a worse squad in the world. They have so many choices they can make, but they have Casemiro and Fred playing together, and that tells something about the quality Fred has and what he can contribute to the team. Mate, you keep coming into me asking Kvara or Mudryk. Fucking George Best. I always have someone commenting Kvara or Mudryk. Like, I don't like any of them. But anyways, Manchester United do not. Yeah, blah blah. But I mean, I think Eric. I mean, never mind talking about the game tomorrow in Eric Ten Hag's press conference. It was more just about you gonna sign anyone. You gonna sign. It's like people like I gotta catch him out today. You gonna sign on? Yeah, we're gonna sign fucking Nemanja Matic back. Like, you know what I mean? But then he talked about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He says, I think Aaron. Fuck off. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka has made a good development. He is growing game by game. I'm also happy. The last game's the connection between Aaron and Anthony, which made it more difficult for opponents. They also said, I think Aaron, because he was ill, he was so often ill or injured at the start of the season, he wasn't in the right spirit to contribute in the restart. He was available and he got used to our way of play. I mean, Tom, if I asked you in December, would you sell or keep Wan-Bissaka? What would you have said?
I still would have said keep because at the end of the day, we only had Dalot was the other right back, and we did need him for rotation. And now, because Dalot's obviously injured, it's had him on Wan-Bissaka. He's actually been playing okay. But like with the form he was in, if we needed like another backup right back, and then Wan-Bissaka. But because there was no other backup other than him, we had to keep him. But I mean, recently he's been playing a good with Wan-Bissaka, obviously due to injury, and it's been alright to be fair. He's nothing bad at all. So I'm happy with that to be fair. But like obviously he wasn't good enough, but we had to keep him in case Dalot got injured because he was the only right back we had along the two right backs we had. And obviously Dalot got injured, so luckily we still have Wan-Bissaka to play for him.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan Wan-Bissaka. I mean, I thought his time was running out at the club. Or do you think different even before he came back and was some sort of in that starting 11?
If you told me would I keep or sell Wan-Bissaka in December, I would have said I'd send him out on loan.
Yeah.
Mainly because Dalot was in such good form. We were probably going to sign another backup right back anyway. And that we would have loaned out Aaron Wan-Bissaka to get more game time. But, since, as Tom said, since Dalot got injured, he's been playing well. And, you even had Wilfred Zaha when we played Palace, that he was true on goal and he said if it was, and then he looked back and he said, oh no, it's Aaron. If it was any other player than Aaron, he wouldn't have gotten that tackle. But, it's good for Wan-Bissaka, it's giving him a confidence boost. He's back in the first starting 11, the first team. And hopefully his form can continue until Dalot is back.
Do you reckon if Dalot does come back, Dalot will walk straight back into that starting 11? Or do you reckon, he'll have to fight for it?
I don't think he'll have to fight for it, but he will need to get some match fitness before he's properly thrown in there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Tom, what about you? I mean, on the low, does return? Do you reckon he'll have to fight or?
Well, obviously, I think Ryan for the best. Give him a bit of match fitness. Let it build him up so then get him back because I mean, Dalot was doing really well there until obviously got injured. Wan-Bissaka's been good to go around, but Dalot, he was really good. He was one of our best players, I think, when he was playing. Yeah. So, obviously, don't put him straight back in. Just give him a bit of time and let him kind of get match fitness as the time goes on. But sure, when he's ready, put him back in. That's what I say.
Yeah, I agree with you. That one. Then Eric Ten Hag spoke about with Weghorst. First game, he is integrating really well. He is doing what I'm expecting him to do. The more he plays, the more it will come. What do we think about Weghorst, lads? Tom, I'll come to you first. What do you think about Weghorst since he's arrived?
I mean, he wasn't the best against Arsenal and all that, but I mean, he scored against Forest. It was a tap-in, but he scored. Against Reading, I didn't see the full match, but I know he was. I guess he was okay, but at the end of the day, Weghorst, he's not this big money player that we were expecting to score every week. To be fair, he's not nowhere near a Haaland. We knew he would just be an aerial threat who would score every now and then, and he's got one goal so far. He'll probably get another few. Don't know exactly how many, but I do think we kind of fair enough. He's not been great, but at the same time, you have to kind of realize that he's not the best striker. He's an aerial threat and he just scores every now and then. He's not exactly this top tier striker that many clubs around Europe want. He was signed for Burnley. With all due respect, that's Burnley. We're Manchester United. There's a big difference. He got
Very.
Burnley relegated. He only scored 2 goals all season. Well, he signed January, but still. He was good in the Bundesliga, but at the same time, you can be very good in the Bundesliga, then you come to the Premier League, you're not so good. But he's not been terrible. I do think he'll get another few goals, and he'll certainly improve over time. But at the same time, let's not go too hard on him. Like, he's not exactly. We know he's limited. We know he's not exactly this world beast.
Yeah.
We know he's a limited player who will get a few goals for you. That's really it.
Yeah, that's it. Ryan, Weghorst.
Look, he's not the worst, but then again, he's not the best. I mean, it was a quick enough fix for now. But I reckon if you were to, I don't know, maybe go into the season, you'd be like, all right, we need to get a younger striker, faster striker, and a striker that can actually put the ball into the back of the net. Not saying that you can't finish or anything, but you just need an out-and-out striker that would score you goals, maybe, I don't know, 20 a season. But you look, he's not the worst. It's okay for now. But I'd like to see a younger, more pacier striker in the summer.
Yeah. Any in mind?
Look, I could literally name every striker out there, but you know,
Who'd be
I
a main, like a main, if you have one?
probably go with Jonathan David.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Harry Kane. Premier League proven and that, and then a lot of
I
people
don't
saying,
know, but, you know, I think if you look at it, like Harry Kane, he's kind of aging a bit. Now, it's not going to say he's not going to score goals, but
yeah,
he's kind of getting a bit old, and you know, kind of back to what Tom was saying about Forest being good in the Bundesliga. Like, you know, Sancho found out the hard way. Premier League's total different ball game.
Havertz as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's very true. I mean, there is a one that I would like, and it probably costs a lot of money, but Osimhen, the Napoli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Napoli are probably going to win the Serie A this season, and like Osimhen's been unreal.
Yeah, I know the Premier League is totally different to what's the name of the Italian league? What's it? The Serie A. Serie A. It's totally different to the Serie A, but still, like I mean, it's more. It's definitely more tougher than the league where Darren Núñez came from. I was going to say that one. But Darren Núñez is shy, just a fucking regen Andy Carroll. Speaking of Andy Carroll, go fuck yourself, injuring Ericsson like that. But anyways, we'll continue. Yeah, I would like Osimhen, but then I mean, how much would he cost? 100 million or so. You win a title, your price tag is going to go up a lot.
Look, like don't mind, right? Don't mind winning the title. Right? I've actually seen it quite a lot with Man United being interested in players the last few years. If you're a Man United and you want to sign a player from a different squad, they will, I don't know, slap 80 million.
Yeah.
But if you're a Liverpool or a Chelsea or an Arsenal and you're going in for the exact same player, they'd be like 60 million. Right, take away.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I might not can't negotiate for life for them though. Like we'd end up spending, we'd pay like 100 million for fucking Andy Carroll. John, that's how bad the negotiation team are. And hopefully, when the Glazers can leave, hopefully it's much better then. As well. I don't think Weghorst is going to be anywhere near. You know, let's permanently buy him in the summer. I thought, like, surely not. Even if he has a great spell, surely not. I mean, I remember last summer, Richard Mano, the main man himself, said it. Manchester United are 100% going to sign a striker in the summer transfer window. Like, I mean, again, he didn't say which summer, mind you, but I thought it was that summer transfer window. So I don't know. I mean, we got rid of a striker not too long after that in Ronaldo, but I don't know. I mean, Tom, if you had any strikers in mind that you'd like United to sign, who would it be? I mean, A lot of us could say Mbappe, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking between Osimhen and Kane, to be honest. I mean, because Kane's got the Premier League experience. The only problem is he's getting a bit old and he's a bit injury prone. Osimhen, just not Premier League proven. Good player, and I hope he would do well, but at the same time, he can't. There's no guarantee. To be honest, those are the main two. In fairness, I mean, there is some the Juventus striker. Dusan Vlahovic. I don't think I said his name right, but the Serbian striker they have, he's pretty good. But he's only been there for like a year, so I don't know. And it's the same. It's the same thing. No Premier League experience. You don't know if he'll do well or not.
Sorry, lads. We just reached 600 subscribers there, so just so I was doing that. So well done to us all, lads. Well done. We finally hit it. Yeah. But yeah. Thanks everybody for that. Happy days. Let's have a few points. But yeah, well done.
I was asking someone there. Sorry, I just had to let them know live E.
No, I thought just said we reached 600 subs, Tom. Literally just. All right, calm down. Jesus Christ, it's not 1,000, Tom.
Steady progression.
But yeah. Anyways, back to business. Hold on a sec. By the looks of it, it seems like United are going to be playing Newcastle in the final because they're beating Southampton 3-1 on aggregate. So, shouldn't be a problem. We have Weghorst. But anyways, speaking of players and that, Anthony Martial and Jadon Sancho could make a return to Man United's matchday squad to face Nottingham Forest tomorrow. Sancho, I mean, I can't wait to see him come back. But Tom, if Sancho hopefully he's back, would you start him or ease him back?
Ease him back. I mean, obviously he took a long break there with his mental health and all that. Obviously, because he wasn't performing the best. And I'm glad to see him back and all that. And I do hope and think he can make a recovery to form. But this is a good game for him to play with firm. We were already 3-0 up. Nottingham Forest aren't the best team, and we're on pretty good form overall. So this certainly is a good game for him to play. But I'd say bring him on second half, give him maybe half an hour at most, maybe all the second half. But I wouldn't start him, to be honest. I mean, unless he really insists and generally feels ready, I'd wait to bring him on. Maybe bring him on at half time. Give him the whole second half because I mean we're 3-0 up in aggregate already. We're probably going to score a few goals at least. I'd say if the Nottingham Forest team who are already 3-0 down and at Old Trafford, the absolute force as it is. So this is a good game for him to come back in. To be fair, because it's pretty easy. But yeah, I'd give him a good. But I wouldn't play him, but I'd give him maybe the whole second half or at least half an hour. I wouldn't just give him like 10 minutes. Give him a good bit because it certainly is a game. This is a perfect game for him. We're very comfortable. We're definitely not bottling it. So yeah, this is perfect game playing.
Yeah, Ryan, what would you do? Yeah, I agree with you, Tom.
Controversial, but I'd slap him in the starting 11.
No, I mean, listen, you're unbeaten with your own team, so go
on. Main reason I'm going to slap him in there is because hasn't played a game in a while. Probably see what he's like. Obviously, he's been in training, but I mean, throw him in, see what he's about. Like he might have a shit game, but still game time for him to try and improve. So yeah, no controversial, but he makes my starting 11.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, me. we're not even in predicted 11 yet, but me, I don't know what I'd do with Sanchez, to be fair to you. I mean, if you play him, I'd like it's exciting to see him back, but I don't know. It depends what Ten Hag will do. He's a bit of a weirdo these days, Ten Hag. He doesn't know what he wants. Do you know what I mean? But then where would you play him? Because he played in the right wing with Dortmund, and he plays in the left with United. Where would you slap him, Tom?
I'd probably play him on. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'd say if he were to play tomorrow, which he could easily do, I'd probably put him on the right because the other power wing we had is Anthony, and we'll probably look to give him a rest because he's been playing. He plays nearly every game somehow. But Yeah, I'd probably put him on the right, but he could be on the left. It's hard to say, but I'd say the right probably preferred to him. Because Anthony probably due a rest.
Yeah. Brian, what would you do with him?
Left wing if Anthony is playing alongside him, but right wing if Rashford is playing. And the only reason I say that is because if Anthony is playing, I would prefer to have Anthony on the right because Anthony only has a left foot.
You know, if
Yeah.
Anthony plays, definitely on the right. But if he decides to give Anthony a rest, then put Anthony on the bench maybe, and then put obviously Sancho on the right, and maybe stick someone like Rashford, Garnacho on the left, or whoever.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I just can't wait to see him back in the mix, to be fair to you, because, you know, I mean, I'd like to see him playing the right wing, but then, you know, then you have Garnacho, who's also coming up. So then, you know, you could play him on the right wing where we don't really have much options. I mean, Alanga supposedly isn't going anywhere because no one wants him because he's shy. But, you know, we'll move on from that one. Tuanzebe, Stoke want Maxwell, Axel Tuanzebe. And Sabitzer, just seeing there, is the first Austrian player for you. So, yeah. But no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Sancho, I'd like to see what he can do on the right. I'd like to see what he can do on the right. I mean, Ollie played him more on the left. So did Rangnick. So I don't know. Where I'd like to play him. I'd like, you know, Ten Hag might play him both. You know, play him on the left tomorrow, play him on the right against Palace or whatever. See where he's best suited. That's what I'd do anyways, to be fair, if I was Ten Hag anyways. But again, I know Forest they can beat us, but they can't knock us out. How could, right, Tom? How could Nottingham Forest beat United? They can't knock us out, but how could they beat us?
The only way is, say, if we play like Maguire or someone kind of slow us in our half, they lose the ball, and someone like Johnson or like Gibbs White runs and scores. Other than that, I don't think Forest are going to beat us at all. There's absolutely no hope.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they played on the weekend, so they literally have a week's break first. So they have a week to prepare. They got knocked out of the FA Cup, didn't they?
Yeah, that was 4-1 to Blackpool. I forget it was with Blackpool. It was a team that should not be losing 4-1 to anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really look at that. Like, I mean, I'm not one bit scared. They did a week to prepare. They'll probably be even worse. Like they've been shocking. Like, I mean, they've no Wayne Henderson. Wayne Hennessy is poor. Their squad is bang average at best. They have a few okay players here and there. We beat them 3-0 at the Forest Stadium. So Old Trafford, I don't think they'll even score. I really don't think they'll even score.
Even with a few odd changes, if they're made, obviously.
Not one bit scared. Not one bit scared.
Yeah, I mean, if Blackpool can beat you.
Well, I forget what was a Blackpool with me. It was some team that you should not be losing 4-1 to anyway.
Yeah, probably like a League 1, League 2 team. Championship, maybe.
I think it was like Championship, but still, though, you shouldn't be losing. It could be League 1, but I don't. Either way, it was a team you shouldn't be losing 4-1 to anyway. We can all.
For them, I feel like for them to beat us, would have to put out a week 11, or else they'd have to just. I mean, they're gonna go for, as much as they might be down and out. They're gonna go for. Then if they go for it, they're gonna be pushing up a lot more. So that gives most of our attacking players more room. So if they can push up all they want, it gives our attacking players more room. So
I honestly think we could play around the 18s and we still hurt people. I think they're not bad, honestly.
Their manager is one weird looking fucker. I have to say it.
Oh yeah, Stephen Cooper.
Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ, looks like it actually looks like a principal or something like that off a school. I'm not even joking. It's like one.
It looks like he sleeps in his car.
Like, jeez, look like
a principal. Signing Jesse Lingard will just suggest you probably sleep in your car. Like, do you really look at that guy and think, I'm going to pay like $200 a week to try to keep my team up? They might stay up, but it's not thanks to him.
Who?
And you wonder, I make a prediction about him saying if he gets 5 goals or more, I'm going to buy.
Doesn't like Lingard. Doesn't like him. Yeah, you hate him.
No offense, I absolutely just this guy is going to be the most useless player I've ever seen play football before. He's an absolute, like, there's a saying I have for him, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. He looks like he's 7, acts like
What
he's
is he?
17. He actually is 20. No, he's 30. He's 30. Sorry. So
Jeez.
he looks like he's 10. Everyone thinks he's 20. He's actually 30, but he plays like he's 40. Now that was shit. I think your dad could make a better joke than that. But seriously, that is true. This guy is absolutely shocking. He is not a good footballer. You can't play for Nottingham Forest and get 200 grand a week and sit on the bench and do nothing. This guy is useless. He's useless. I'd honestly rather my granny with dementia playing. She doesn't even know what country she lives in. You probably can't even walk anymore. I'd rather her than Jesse Lingard. He just sits there doing this and dancing on Snapchat stories. Well, I can do that. Am I going to get our front doing 200k with content? No. I'll do me a favor with you.
Tom, I'd pay you a $5 just to do a TikTok dance. Imagine.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Just maybe.
Oh Jesus! So like when he scored the winning goal, against Crystal Palace in the 2016 FA Cup final, but he's still like,
Oh no,
I'm not gonna like this player in 6 years.
Potential. In fairness, because that's when he had potential. He'd one good season, the 17-18 season. He did well that season. It was after that I started getting pissed off because there was too much dancing and too much social media action, and he wasn't performing, he wasn't scoring. You looked just like some random guy on the pitch. Like, say you got some random lad walking his dog on the street. Can you play for Man United, please? Yeah, and he just stands there just walking around like a zombie or something. I liked him before because he had good prospects and he was making improvements, and then he just went downhill. He did well at West Ham alone, I'll say that, but it's not for us. I don't really care. Then he comes back. You have that bit of hope. No, he gets worse and worse and worse. He's gone now, and even for Forest, he is shocking. I mean, how this guy gets paid 200k a week and I don't even get paid a penny a week makes no sense. I don't see why he does this use. Like he's got to be. I'd say he's one of the worst signings this season, honestly.
He got it for free, didn't he? So you can fucking have him.
I mean, they still got robbed for free. It's not bad. I think we should have paid them. I know he was a free agent, but we probably should have paid them to take him away from us. Either way, long story put short, Jesse Lingard is useless.
So I mean, if anyone's watching, even you, Ryan, can you tell that he's a big fan of Lingard?
Besties.
It's like you or Harry Maguire, actually.
Yeah.
And me with Scott McTominay, yeah. Me with Scott McTominay, because McTominay is
besties.
Yeah.
Well, actually, lads, I need to say this now. No, actually, I've got it. Whichever's cheaper, whether it's a J Links hoodie or whatever, or an actual Nottingham Forest jersey. No, actually, not can't get Nottingham Forest jersey in the English team. So no, J Links hoodie or whatever. I walk my entire town wearing it, and I look like I'm some big fucking goofy Aegis walking with a J Links. He does this.
Tom, I want you to get all of it. Tracksuit.
I can try. I can't.
Tracksuit bottoms. Just something that stands out.
It's a deal. I hate the guy that much. I will buy full-on tracksuit hoodie, even maybe a hat of J Lings. That's how much I hate this guy, and how much I doubt he's going to get more than 5 goals this season. And it's all competition. He's already got 2. He needs 3 more. He's got 3 months to do. 3 months to do it.
So if he scored against us tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
What you do? Are you going to smash the telly?
I'm not. I'll just run away. I'm not. I'll get. No, actually, on the way to Berlin, I'll just say go to the pilot. I'm going to Berlin next week. I'll go to the pilot. So Simon, do you mind if I just control for just 1 second? Hold on, with experience. Drive down to Forest. Go to his house. No more goals. Get injured or something. Go on the plane. Go back. Drive to Berlin. Have a fun time. Or fly. So not drive. Fly.
Watch him score against us. Watch him score 2 against us tomorrow. That'd be 5 goals. That'd be 5 goals, Tom. That's 5.
That's 5. If he scores 2, that's 4. So he's got 2 goals already.
Sake. Does own goals count?
No. I'm being nice saying all competitions. I can't be too nice.
Yeah. Why am I hoping Lingard gets 3 more Just three more goals there tomorrow. I'm just praying he gets three more goals tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, Ryan, you're if you can recover from that massacre of Jesse Lingard, you're a gaffer. How again, as I said, they can't knock us out. But how can they beat us? How can Nottingham Forest beat us?
The only way I can really see it happening is if we play Harry Maguire.
That's your pal.
Yeah, but still. It's the only way I can see us losing tomorrow is if we play Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying anything, but my start 11 is very controversial, but we will not lose tomorrow. I'm confident saying that. We'll keep a clean sheet. And yeah, I don't see Forest doing anything tomorrow.
Yeah. With the throw and Brian Johnson up top, Harry Lingard, Cam, Sam Surge, something mad like that. I mean, I think Nottingham Forest form it's poor. I mean, I don't think before obviously we played them at their place. They haven't lost a game there a long time at their stadium. We went up, scored 3 goals. You know, please and thanks. I'm going home. I'll see you next week, 8 o'clock my gaff. Do you know what I mean? That's the way it was. But I mean, lads. I mean, answer me this: are we going to Wembley? Like, are we going to Wembley for the first time since fucking God? Probably Mourinho was manager. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I love it. And well, Marcel Sabitzer's arrived at Carrington. Make sure to get Maguire's signature and forward it over, please. I'll send you my address, whatever. But I mean, listen, while we're on to it, can I get your predicted 11, Tom?
Yeah. In goal, I think Bullen's going to start. I just have a feeling he will.
I hope he starts.
Left back, I think it's going to be. I think Shaw. No, Shaw he's in the squad, isn't he?
Honestly, I haven't seen much.
It's questionable. I think he has an illness. It's questionable.
Actually, I'll go Melassed and play it safe. So Messi left back. I think it's going to be. I'd say it's going to be Martinez and Maguire centre half. I just feel it will be. Then right back on Bissaka. 2 CDMs. It's going to be Fred and I think Casemiro's going to play again. I don't know. You can just tell you will play again. And then Cam, Bruno. On the left, it will be Garnacho. On the right, I think it'll be Palestri. And then up top, it'll be Wakehorst.
I mean, Ryan, since you said you might have a few good starting 11, Tom. Ryan, since you said you have a few. Good to. Yeah, since you said you have a few controversial predicted 11, hit us with it.
Where do I begin? Right. Button's going to start. Malacia left back. Wan-Bissaka right back. A centre-back partnership between Martinez and Lindelof.
Yeah.
2 CDMs is going to be Fred and Casemiro. Cam Bruno. On the left is going to be Sancho. On the right is going to be Palistri and Weghorst up top.
It's not controversial. It was strong. I mean, my one, Butland in goal. Left back Malacia. centre back partnership. I mean, Varane didn't play on the weekend, so I don't know. I can see him playing tomorrow. So Varane, Lindelof, not much speed in there, but you have Varane, Lindelof. Right back, Wan-Bissaka. The midfield, I think we're going to see Casemiro and Fred because McTominay is still injured, so that's what it be. On the left, Garnacho. On the right, Anthony, sorry, Cam, Bruno, and Weghorst up top. So pretty similar, I'd say. Hopefully, I hope you're right though, Ryan. Sancho starts, but on to the next one now. Can I get the score predictions, Tom?
2-0 United. Weghorst and I think Pellistri. Whatever, how do you say his name?
We're tapping for Weghorst, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that'll be what? Do me maths correct? That'll be 5-0 aggregate. Yeah. Ryan.
2-0 United.
Mm.
Rashford come off the bench and score. And Sancho.
Oh, a return back, scoring the goal. That's us.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I mean, I'm gonna go 2-0 United. 2-0 United as well. I'm gonna go Bruno. I mean, Tom. Actually, Tom, do you remember I said to you today that Fred was going to score a goal?
Oh, he did, yeah. Remember.
What a goal, by the way! What a goal! I'm gonna go. Bruno and Garnacho. Bruno and Garnacho. Just Weghorst. I haven't got any confidence in him, boys. I hope Martial starts. So if Martial starts, but again, might come off the bench, maybe. So yeah, I mean, we're going to Wembley, boys. Seems like it's going to be against Newcastle. Will that be an easy final? I mean, obviously not, but I mean, unfortunately, Ericsson's not going to be there, which I would have liked him. But obviously, he'll be at the match, but he won't be playing as well. So this is where, I mean, Tom, you're reasonably confident. I think we're going to get the job done. There will be a watch along, but it's going to be a nice, relaxed watch along. When we're talking about everything, we're going to be bantering clubs. It's going to be doing everything. Sure, why not? Do you know what I mean? Because, sit back, relax, lads. You know what I mean? We're going to Wembley. I hope don't really go back to the good old days and slip up a tree late. But I don't think that'll happen. But lads, before we go, Tom, if you had to rate Manchester United's January transfer window out of 10, what would it be?
6. I mean, we got 3 loan players in. I mean, they're like Sabitzer seems a good one. Weghorst only certain one he will do, but again, I guess a handy backup and Butland backup like 5.5. Not the worst, but like we knew it wasn't going to be great. So I guess 3 semi-decent loan players in that could be useful. So 5.5. Not amazing, but not terrible.
Zabitzer's probably the best out of those players.
Definitely.
Ryan, United's window out of 10?
4. Could have been better. Didn't expect it to be better. But it'll do till the summer.
Yeah, I'm going to go 5. 5, yeah. Probably think you went 5, did you, Tom? So, but I mean, do you reckon that's our window done? I mean, with many hours, when does the window close? 11 o'clock? Yeah, when the window closing out? And 11 o'clock. 11, so yeah, that's.
Yeah, we're done and dusted for the night.
According to Sky, it's an hour and 47 minutes. But Manchester United on board are now signing contracts for Marcel Sabitzer deal to be official soon. Before we go, where Ten Hag just still seems to have a soft spot for the young. Manchester United are still keen on Frankie de Jong and no permanent signing for Sabitzer could impact their interest in the Holland International this summer. Before we go, Tom, de Jong, would you like him in the summer?
No,
Why?
he's a scumbag.
Fair enough. I like it. Honest Tom, as always. Or just call him truthful Tom, whatever. Ryan?
No.
Because he made us look like fucking fools last summer.
No.
Or
If you have
treated us like shit.
if you have second thoughts about playing for Man United, you don't deserve to play at all.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't want to come to us because, do you know how Champions League football? It's funny how quick life hits you, isn't it? Because they're playing them in the Europa League next month. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny shit. But listen, lads, thanks for coming on, Tom. Much appreciated as always.
No bother.
And Ryan, thanks for coming on as well.
No problem.
Just goes to show when you have 3 Irish lads on a channel, you can get a lot of shit done. A lot of conversation, mind you, but that's what happens. And we also reached 6. And again, as I said, we also reached 600 subs as well. So pretty much all our socials are in the description. The transfer window's done. The United way, well, it's not done, but for me, United should be done. The United way covered it all up. Covered it from wouldn't say it's much, but a lot of controversy with Man United. So it was all covered. So yeah, happy days. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll speak to you tomorrow night for the watch long. Have a good one.